Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Spirit of Justice. Previously, we very carefully examined the crime scene. Very carefully. Exhaustively, in fact. We poured over it from top to bottom, but unfortunately, I didn't find anything to go on. No. It turns out that everything we found goes against us. It's pretty bad. It's dire. It might be the worst it's ever been. Oh boy. Anywho, the investigation continues, so, that's nice. Maybe we can get Dirk's old journal from his lawyering days, his info on the assassination of Queen Amara. That would be nice. But I'm not really sure what's ahead of us, so let's get going. Maya passed out right after we found her in the tomb. Oh! Wait, we're playing as Phoenix! Yeah, that was his thoughts. Okay, yeah, I failed to notice that when we were ending the video last time. Alright. Ah. Oh, well, you know it's Apollo in the, on the defense bench in court, so that makes me happy, but yeah, being Phoenix for part of the investigation, that's pretty swell. I like that, okay. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. She's been out cold ever since. We haven't been able to get a word out of her. The doctor said it's just exhaustion, but I can't help but worry. What is it, Wright? Are you all right? They say that with a straight face. Yeah, just thinking is all. I'm glad you're here, Edgeworth. We wouldn't have gotten the permissions we have without you. Well, I didn't come all the way to Khura'in to be useless. Speaking of the investigation, I received a few things from Detective Skye. These should prove to be useful to us as well. Inga's autopsy report. Yes. Okay, this is just a reason for Phoenix to share the inventory with Apollo. Got it. I can't thank you enough, Edgeworth. Honestly, I'd have been so lost without him these past few days. You there, the barbed-head lawyer Phoenix Wright? Oh, this is a royal guard, isn't it? Huh? You're from the Khura'in Royal Guard, right? Lackey. Fair enough. I am Lackey, Royal Guard member and Her Eminence's shoulder rubber. That's very specific. And what does the Royal Shoulder Rubber want with me? Wait, come to think of it, my shoulders are... Don't be absurd! I am here for one purpose only. I am to bring you before Her Eminence, Queen Khura'in, Grand Priestess of Khura'in. Will you comply? The Queen? What would she want with me? And why does he have to shout like that? I can't fathom why Queen Khura'in would summon you, but I advise you to accept Her Eminence's gracious invitation. Royal Shoulder Rubber, Lackey, was it? May I join Mr. Wright in his audience with the Queen? The name's Lackey. L-A-H''Key-E-E, and I'll praise the omnipotent Queen Khura'in, for she has already foreseen and approved your request, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. You are both to come with me. You mean to say Queen Khura'in sees our every move? Yes, indeed. Her Eminence's spiritual power is immense. Is it? I feel like she wants it to be immenser, if you know what I mean. And by that, I mean she wants to channel the Holy Mother and get the power than the prophecy. She can even see what's going on thousands of miles away. About thousands of phoenixes away. Right. I fear I'll lose my hearing next if we don't hurry. Yeah, me too. Why would the Queen herself summon me personally? What could she possibly be up to? I suppose we'll chat. So you'd been here all this time. I wondered where you had gone. Don't tell me you missed me, Edgeworth. As if. The courts have been so peaceful without you around. Just kiss already, goddammit. You make it sound like I leave legal devastation in my wake. Well, don't you? Well, Wright, what do you intend to do now? I was thinking, I want to help Apollo win this case. So why don't we try to gather whatever information we can? You're quite the considerate boss. Well, I kind of forced him to take care of the office in my absence, so it's the least I can do. I'm a lawyer. Still at it, I see. I guess borders mean little in the face of your incurable habit. Well, I heard you used to present evidence left and right during your investigations, too. Gasp! That was a long time ago. Besides, who did you hear that from? Oh, I have my sources. Oh? Well, tell your source that I look forward to his next salary review. No, Gumshoe, no! He's not even in this game and he can't escape a pay cut. It's ironic that the man tasked with upholding the law should end up breaking it. Well, it's not like we don't have our fair share of that back home. That is a thing of the past. The worst offenders have already been removed. Now that you mention it, wasn't Gaspin Payne expelled from the prosecutor's office? Yes, he was a particularly troublesome individual. I was shocked to see him resurface here in Khura'in, and with considerable sway, no less. I just hope he doesn't end up making a mess of things here as well. Nothing unique there. How about this? Nope. All good. Well, before we take that guard up on his offer, let's look around. There weren't any hotels available, so this is our home for tonight. I suppose it will do. It's a bed to sleep in and a roof over our heads. Sorry to disappoint, but there aren't any beds here. We'll have to sleep on the floor next to a bunch of strangers. What? Tell me there's a shower at the very least. The kitchen sink works just fine, I hear. Of all the... Right, you will work to bring this case to a swift resolution, the sooner the better. There appears to be many temples in this area. Yeah, there are always a lot of monks and worshippers praying around here. And then there's tourists like us. It's unfortunate that we have more pressing matters to attend to. Then again, sightseeing with you of all people isn't exactly at the top of my list. As if you have the luxury to be so picky, Edgeworth. The water's so clear it's like a window into the soul. I wouldn't stare too hard into it, right? Or you may find all your bluffs staring right back at you. No pool gazing in front of a client, got it. That's all. Let's move. Can we go elsewhere? Kinda want to, but... You know what? Sure, let's try it. Cool. Yeah, let's get all this dialogue from Edgeworth. It'll sate my appetite. Oh. Okay, I can't look at the window here. Oh, the guard's asleep, and here I thought he was stoically doing his duty. Impressive. This bell must be for summoning the guard. I bet one of your detectives would come running if you rang it. Let's find out, shall we? They're not seriously going to show up, are they? I miss Gumshoe. Kind of understandable why they kind of dropped him and he hasn't appeared recently. He kind of just has one joke, and that's being poor. There are footprints coming from this residence. Too bad they just kinda end. I wonder who made them and where they went. This overturned urn spilled its water all over the place. It was already knocked over when we got here earlier this afternoon, so we can rule out Athena at least. Oh, that's good. Right. What does it say about you if your first suspect is your own subordinate? What a gaudy building. Looks like something you'd appreciate, Edgeworth. For the record, Wright, I have absolutely no interest in such ostentatious things. Says the man who rides around in a red sports car wearing that frilly cravat thing. Khura'in Palace, the heart of the kingdom's government and religion. Yes, the two are inseparably intertwined here in Khura'in. The religious beliefs of its people touch every aspect of their lives, including legal affairs. Right, like how they commune with spirits in court. I suppose Khura'inism is the glue that binds their faith, law and politics together. It may seem strange to foreigners like us, but for them it's perfectly natural. Amara's tomb, the scene of Inga's murder. Poor Maya was held captive in there. To think she was actually being held here in Khura'in. If only we had found out sooner. No point in dwelling on that now. All we can do is to keep moving forward. Yes, of course. This place is decorated with all sorts of colorful flowers. And that view from the veranda looks like it would be amazing. If I had to guess, I'd say Rafa must live here. What a beautiful place this is. But I'd be enjoying this a whole lot more if we weren't investigating a murder. Commoners aren't normally allowed access to the royal residence, you know. Under ordinary circumstances, it would be impossible to take in such a spectacular view. Though murder is certainly a unique reason to be offered such a rare opportunity. Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything evidence-wise, so... Into the tomb? Shouldn't Apollo and Athena be right here right now? Huh. Jeez, okay, Oh, cripes, I just spent a whole hour looking in this room. This better be worth it. Apollo and Athena are already working this area. Edgeworth and I should try someplace else. Oh? Oh. Okay, yeah, okay, good. Thank you, I have been spared. Haha. To the audience chamber. I knew we'd be back in this room sooner or later. Whoa! Ah, the barbed head lawyer has arrived. We bid you welcome. And you as well, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you. This place is still as magnificent as last time. We have heard much about you, Barbed One. It seems your bluffs and tomfoolery tend to leave our court devastated in their wake. Is that what people have been saying about me? Right. Where are your manners? Your Eminence, I am both humbled and delighted to be in your presence. Oh, Your Eminence, glad to be here. Looks like you're doing well. It is all right. There is no need to keep your head bowed all day. Yes, Your Eminence. Rafa's not looking too good. I guess even she can't just bounce back from her father's murder. So what can I do for you, Your Eminence? We wish to question you about something related to the case at hand. Perfect, because I have a few questions of my own. I'm a lawyer. Please take a look at this. That reminds us of when Dirk was still practicing law. So we see that lawyers in your country also present evidence, simply to gauge the other party's reaction when all else has failed. Do not presume to use such simplistic methods upon us. Sorry. That makes sense. That's one swanky throne. I wouldn't mind taking a seat there myself. The jester and the crown. I imagine it'd make quite the interesting picture. It would. Oh, I'm good. He said it. My favorite character said the word jester. I'm gonna cry. You know, Edgeworth, I hate to say this, but you're absolutely right. Oh, life is good. It's the Khura'in Royal Guard. The one who came for us earlier said that he's the royal shoulder rubber. Excuse me, but are each of you charged with your own specific task? I'm the Royal Guard. I'll have to read this after. The Royal Tea Server, Taster, Bed Maker, Fitness Trainer. Alright, I'm sorry I asked. At this rate, one has to wonder if there is no task left unassigned by Her Eminence. Not much to look at, honestly, but I suppose that makes complete sense. We fear we do not fully comprehend what has transpired. So it is that we summoned you here to further elucidate the situation. Is it true that our husband Inga had been seeking the Founder's Orb? That's right. He wanted to trade a hostage for it. That's why he abducted Maya Fey. Insolent fool! Ow! Oh, ow! That is a lie! A lie, I say! Father would have never done such a thing! But he did abduct Maya. I will not stand here and listen to this nonsense. You will pay for this, you... Ow, please, your benevolence. That is quite enough, Rafa. We understand your feelings, but we fear he speaks the truth. For we believe we know why your father would do such a thing. Huh? We believe he was seeking the orb as a means of obtaining spiritual power. And with it he intended to usurp the throne. Mother! What do you mean, Your Eminence? Inga was planning a coup, for he was dissatisfied with the current administration, and his secret police was the primary instrument of his treason. The secret police? They came up during the High Priest's murder trial, too. An elite force under the direct command of the Minister of Justice, in this case Inga. The man who was hunting down rebels as Lady Kira was a member of that group. Indeed, Inga turned that once proud force into his own private army. and he intended on using them to launch a coup and assassinate us. So your Eminence had no control over them. As much as it shames us to admit it, Khura'in is not the unified realm it would appear to be. We are truly sorry you have had to witness the dirty underbelly of our kingdom. How could Father? But know that Inga could not have become king simply through our assassination. For in Khura'in, only those who possess spiritual power may sit on the throne. I see. That explains why Minister Inga was seeking the Founder's Orb. Barbed One, do you recall the man known as Peace Lubin and Astanden? What about him? He too was involved in Inga's machinations. Inga had bought his loyalty, ordered the man to steal the orb, and covered up the theft. And then he sent the orb to the US for Dr. Buff to study. It's all coming together. The capture of the infamous villain Dirk Sadmati. It may prove to be the crowning achievement of our reign. Now, perhaps, the kingdom may return to the peace it once knew. Oh, what a joyous day. Hail to Her Eminence Queen Khura'in, Grand Priestess of Khura'in! Her Eminence's spiritual power invoked a blessing straight from the Holy Mother. I could see how her cronies would be elated at the prospect. But the Queen herself seems almost giddy for someone whose husband was just murdered. Father. Rafa, on the other hand, doesn't appear to be taking it so well. About that incident that occurred 23 years ago, the one in which Dirk was accused of assassinating Queen Amara. Yes, he set fire to a private residence, burning my dear sister alive. Murder by arson. Only a demon would be capable of such a heinous crime. But that event also set the stage for you to become queen. What did you do before you were crowned queen, Your Eminence? As part of our training to be queen, we served in many different governmental positions. The longest of which was as the previous Minister of Justice. It was in that position that we were best able to support our elder sister, Queen Amara. Interesting. That's her husband's position, or at least it was. And when you ascended to the throne, you passed the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. What prompted you to pass something like the Defense Culpability Act, Your Eminence? The assassination of our dear sister Amara. When the infamous villain Dirk Sadmati was apprehended, he announced that he would act as his own lawyer. That's right. Dirk used to be a lawyer. Dirk had been an extraordinarily talented lawyer and highly esteemed by the people. But he falsified evidence in an attempt to win his own case. I see. But when the truth of his fabrications and the assassination of the Queen came to light, the people were devastated, and trust in the legal system plummeted. Now, why does that sound so familiar? Yeah, I wonder. Oh, they're so cute. In Khura'in, the Hall of Justice is a sacred space where victims receive their last rites. Should the people lose their faith in it, the kingdom would be shaken to its very core. That is why the Defense Culpability Act had to be passed. It was the only way to keep our legal system from tumbling into the abyss. So that's how you sought to eliminate the use of perjury and phony evidence, huh? But that law is what made lawyers go extinct in your kingdom. Now there is no one left to defend those who have been accused. We see how you could take issue with such a reality. However, we have not banned the act of lawyering itself. Those who are confident that they can prove their client's innocence are always welcome to mount a vigorous defense, as you yourself have shown. Well, I guess so, but without lawyers, there's a possibility of false charges being filed and prosecuted. So long as our prosecutors continue to run nothing but perfect trials, there needn't be fear of such nefarious dealings. Do you disagree? Yes! Perfect prosecutors and their perfect trials, huh? Let's not get started down this path. Oh, so many winks and nods, and I understand all of them. That's great. Furthermore, here in Khura'in we have the divination seance. And so it is we no longer need lawyers, for the dead do not lie. Well, in the short time I've been here, I've beaten back false charges twice. And I found that cases built on the memories of the dead are less than perfect. So yes, I do take issue with the Defense Culpability Act, to say the least. Oh, such relentless rhetoric. Your reputation precedes you, Barbed One. It feels as if we ourselves were being cross-examined. Oh, no, that wasn't my intention. It is true that some feel that the Defense Culpability Act is a necessary evil at best, but it is a small sacrifice upon which the peace of our kingdom has been forged. If you consider executing innocent lawyers a small sacrifice, then sure. The fact is that following its passage, the crime rate here in Khura'in dropped markedly. Therefore, we have no regrets concerning the enactment of the Defense Culpability Act. Really? None at all? Right. Why don't we leave it at that? This isn't a court of law, after all. Yeah. About the Founder's Orb that was to be exchanged for the hostage. It went missing after the murder. Would you happen to know anything about that? It's missing. I'm sure Dirk had it when he went into the tomb. If it wasn't there, I have no idea where it could be, Your Eminence. In that case, then perhaps Dirk has hidden it somewhere. Incidentally, there is the matter of that horned youth you were with. Uh-oh. Oh, you must mean Apollo. From his odd hairstyle, may we assume him to be a relative? Perhaps your younger brother. No, you've got it all wrong. He's Dirk's son. That's gonna make so much trouble. Well, more like foster son. They're not actually related by blood. Dirk's... Royal Guard. Your Eminence. Huh? What's she whispering in that one guy's ear? Thank you for your time. The two of you may go now. Oh no. Yes, Your Eminence. We'll be on our way. Okay. Now what? Apollo and Athena have the murder scene investigation covered, so... maybe we should go speak with the locals over at the bazaar. Well, alright. Nice chatting with you. See you in court. What a lovely bird call. What? Was that a lion? Oh, that caught me by surprise too when I first heard it. It's the cry of a local bird known as a warbad. A bird? That sounds like that. Sounds more like a beast than a bird, if you ask me. It's a form of mimicry. You know, to help protect them against predators and stuff. Yes, well, can't say I've heard one quite like that before. Oh, it's more than unusual. It's endangered. It's extremely rare to encounter one in the wild these days. Why do I feel like this is gonna be on the test? This is gonna be relevant in court, isn't it? If it's so rare, then what's one doing out here in the middle of the bazaar? You got me. Maybe it's got something to do with it being their national bird. Ah, was that a gunshot? That's... Startle ya, PW? Wow, he's brazen. What was that, Dats? The Defiant Dragon's newest weapon. I call these puppies Dragon Snot Snaps. Huh. And you need those, why? Because our hard work is starting to pay off. Thanks to our TV signal hijacking and stuff, more and more people are joining our cause. But on account of that, the regime's been cracking down on us real tough like. Yeah, there's been a lot going on lately. You can say that again. I mean, what with the High Priest's fake murder/suicide? People are calling it the DCA tragedy, and it's causing a real public uproar. Hopefully this means Torest's death won't be in vain after all. So how exactly is a handful of firecrackers going to be of help to you guys anyway? Simple. First, I supply them to our fellow rebels. Then we use them as a diversion when we need to shake Khura'in's goons. Huh? Like this. Whoa! Will you cut that out? I'm not with the regime and I'm not chasing you. Your reaction, that was priceless, PW. Guess I startled that warbad too. It's a miracle no one's trying to arrest him while he's too busy laughing. You there? Oh. You are one of those insurgents, are you not? Yikes! Take that! Oh! Ah! Away he goes, and he's gone. Those firecrackers are more useful than I thought. Barbed Head? Your benevolence. What can I do for you? I wanted to speak with you. About what my mother said. I do not believe a word of it. My father could not have been planning a coup. Well, I can understand why you'd feel like that, but... It was a setup. Someone must have been plotting against him. And how do you know that? I just do, because the Holy Mother guides me. And as the Royal Priestess, I must uncover the truth for all to see. Huh. Maybe this is just how Rafa expresses her sense of duty. You're investigating this matter, are you not? Then rejoice, for I shall accompany you and bestow upon you the Royal Priestess's wisdom. That's the best news I've heard all day, Your Benevolence. No one would dare get in our way with Rafa by our side. We humbly accept your offer, don't we, Edgeworth? As you wish, Wright. Excellent. Then let us begin with my father's private quarters. We should be able to find some clues there. I shall expose this false charge for what it is, if it is the last thing I do. Could it be? Is the reason she's so defensive about Inga because she's a daddy's girl? Barbed Head, let us not waste any time. My father's private quarters are located within the royal residence. Now, follow me. Wait! She's sure in a hurry. Right. The minister's private quarters may hold evidence related to his murder as well. Yeah, maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. Rafa's awfully fired up. I just hope she'll be ready for the truth we find. After all, it's hard to believe that Inga was not in full control of the whole affair. Before that, though, let's be sure to look around. I never thought the day would come when we'd be investigating a case side by side. Oh, 'cause I never thought the day would come when you'd get sentimental on me. Come on, Wright. Time's a-wasting. Kiss already! Wait, exactly which one of us was wasting time here? I don't ship often. But I guess when I do, I ship hard. Now, if you could figure out which of these buildings houses Inga's private quarters, that's where we'll find Rafa. Now that's what I call an extravagant exterior. Is this where Inga's private quarters are? Watch your step, Wright. That urn's been knocked over, spilling water everywhere. Yeah, the ground's soaked. I wonder who did this. Sob? Huh? I think someone's in there. Father Sniffle? Is that Princess Rafa? There were still so many things I wished to tell you. She always puts on such a brave face. But hearing her crying all alone, I can't help but think of Trucy. Father? Princess Rafa, are you in there? Just a moment. I'll be right out. I see you are finally here. Well, let us commence our investigation, shall we? She's good at that. Your benevolence? Maybe you should rest for a minute first. You were eavesdropping on me, weren't you? No? I mean, yes. Sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. It wasn't like I was spying on you or anything. You stupid barbed head. Ouch! You could have feigned ignorance. It's as if your brain-to-mouth filter shuts off the moment you step out of the courtroom. I'm not that bad, Edgeworth. Anyway, what took you so long? I thought you would never get here. You have a lot of nerve keeping the Crown Princess waiting. Oh, sorry? This is my father's residence. I have already unlocked it, so you can go right in. Oh, and be careful. Some dingbat dog got in the courtyard and spilled water over there. A dog? A dog? Shadow? We need to find Albie. A dingbat dog? That's right. The yappy mutt spilled a whole urn's worth. I wonder how it got into this area. Do you know what it looked like? If a dog could sneak its way inside these walls, a human could too. Get in and get out. Ooh, okay. Huh. I have better things to do than to memorize what some stray dog looks like. Anyway, it is not worth talking about. Let's search my father's room, shall we? I really hope she's all right. Oh, would it be move, not look? Yeah, okay. There we go. Of course, he has a golden bust of himself right by his bed. Oh, what did I expect? No. That spray bottle! Isn't that the dude? The guy from the Dual Destinies? Isn't that one of his beauty products? Oh, that's funny. Huh. Oh! Okay, last thing I notice and lay my eyes on. There's a needle and drugs right there. Okay. Wowee. And so, yeah, there's a weird notepad on that chair. Someone was rifling through all those drawers. Yeah, there's a bunch going on here. Okay. What a mess. You can definitely tell a guy used to live in this room. I guess Inga and I had at least that much in common. Ugh, this staff keeps getting in the way. Nana? Oh. Huh? Where's Nana? Normally... she comes running whenever Rafa calls. That's right. Nana is... Nana is what? Oh well. You, Barbed Head, come hold the staff for me. Why me? Just take it. It's too heavy, and I am tired of holding it. What? What in the world is going on with the ninja grandma? Huh. How does Nana put up with this day in and day out? I'll just sit it over here for now. Well, okay. One thing at a time, I suppose. Remove that vile badge from my sight. If you insist on tormenting me, I will take matters into my own hands. Hey, don't bite it. Huh. It's much harder than I thought. What did you think it's made of? Your benevolence, I wanted to ask you about this. Nana? Nana, where are you? I thought you said she wasn't around. Oh, yes, of course. Well, you're sadly mistaken if you think questioning Nana will clear things up. But I'm trying to question you, not Nana. Want to see a dead body? Oh my god, no! Ooh. What? It is a shocking running gag. Well, maybe not a gag, but like a running theme of just being able to show little girls photos of their dead relatives. Why can you do that in so many Ace Attorney games? It's weird. Your benevolence? Father. Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to hurt you like that. Do not underestimate me. I am the royal priestess, and as such I will experience my father's death tomorrow. So hand it over. A photo of a corpse will not phase. Your benevolence! Right, you fool. Put that picture away. Oh, he's mad at me. There is no need to worry. I simply lost my footing, that's all. Now I'm really worried about tomorrow. I am a horrible person. Let's talk. Barbed Head, I, the royal priestess of Khura'in, shall share my thoughts on the abduction. You will. Listen carefully, for such opportunities do not come often. Yes, of course. We'd be grateful to hear anything you'd like to share. My father was very likely seeking to obtain the Founder's Orb. But it was not for the purpose of a coup d'etat. It was all for my sake. For your sake? The Founder's orb is capable of bestowing great spiritual power. My father truly believed that. And he wanted that power to be mine. I haven't finished my training, and I still can't channel spirits. He was doing it for me. Right, I see. Well, do you understand why he did it now? I do, but it doesn't change the fact that Minister Inga was a kidnapper. Ah! But I guess you don't believe he is, do you? Oh! New information is sure to surface upon further investigation. Suffice to say, he did this all for me. End of story. Was he really trying to obtain the orb for Rafa? Somehow I doubt it. Speaking of powers, I wonder if Rafa will be performing the divination seance tomorrow. I should probably ask her about that. Your benevolence, I notice Nena isn't with you today. I know not where she has gone. I have not spoken with her since this morning. I assume she must be quite busy today. I did catch a glimpse of her a little after 2 o'clock. I tried calling out to her, but she went off somewhere again. 2? Right before the murder. Okay. A little after 2. That's about an hour before the murder. Yes, Phoenix, thank you. Indeed. Of all the times for this to happen. She normally comes to me the moment I call her name. I know it's hard to believe, but even nannies have lives, you know? Your inability to find her after the murder is slightly alarming. I wonder if her absence is related to today's incident somehow. Do you think she was unwittingly caught up in them? Who knows? At the very least, I don't think she was at the scene of the crime. Nena, I hope she is all right. Rafa seems really worried for Nena. I take it you'll be conducting tomorrow's divination seance. Who else, if not I? Good point. Thing is, divination seances are all about what victims experienced in their final moments. So, tomorrow, Rafa will experience her own father's death exactly as it happened. That's more than anyone should ever have to deal with. Do you really have to go through with the seance tomorrow? There's really no one else? What about just calling the whole thing off? It's not as if I'm doing this because I want to. No? Ah! Never mind. I misspoke. The divination seance is a very important duty of the royal priestess, and it is one I intend to fulfill. There's that word. Duty. Your benevolence. As crown princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to the task. Performing the divination seance is very important for a priestess. But duty or not, it's a heavy burden for someone so young. Even worse, she'll be forced to watch her father's murder. Will it be a weight too heavy for her to bear? Your benevolence, has Nena served you long? Yes, she has been at my beck and call for as long as I remember. I have heard she even cared for me as an infant, right down to changing my diapers. Your diapers? It almost sounds like she could be your mother. Indeed, but that is a simple fact of life when your mother is busy being queen. Nena takes care of my every need. She is my teacher in all things as well. Rafa's pool of knowledge seems rather lopsided in some respects. Could that be the result of Naina's teachings? Naina, could it be that my trusted attendant has come to dislike me? Now that I think about it, perhaps I've been acting rather spoiled as of late. Oh, you think? Oh, I'm sure she'll be back. Yes, I suppose Naina would never truly abandon me. Upon her return, I will do something nice for her. Perhaps she'd like a shoulder massage. And yet, I can't shake the feeling that Naina's connected to this case in some way. I feel like whatever writer at Capcom was writing these scenes, they had a sore shoulder and couldn't get it off their mind. That's a lot of mentions of shoulder massages. But they do feel good, don't they? Honestly, I could go for one myself. Right, I know we have about 9 minutes left to go in the video, but there's no way I could finish exploring all this room, so we'll save it for next time. And speaking of next time, I think... Yeah, okay, so here's my prediction. I think once Phoenix and Edgeworth finish exploring this entire room, learning everything, Phoenix would be like, oh yeah, Dirk said to go get the thingamabob from his office, so let's go to the bazaar. And that is where we'll run into Albie. Well, either that or the temple. And then we'll probably have to break a Cyclock or 3. But I think he might spill the beans on Shadow. I mean, it has to be Shadow who spilled that vase, right? That caused the muddy ground to appear. And that meant we saw footprints tracking both into and out of this room. Which is fascinating. Yes, very fascinating indeed. Yeah, I feel a little... I genuinely do feel a little bad for showing her that photo. That was very mean of me. I have to see what happens. I am the sort to press big red buttons on instinct. I am. Can you blame me? Yeah, it is pretty sad, though, that she loves her parents so much, but frankly, I get the impression that neither her mother or Inga cared one whit about her. I don't even think they've even spoken to each other. Rafa and her parents, like in front of us, I mean. Well, I mean, Queen Khura'in just bade her to be silent, but I get the feeling they have a very, very, very distant relationship. Nevertheless, Rafa is so dutiful and so loving. It's really sad. So we have this dog that managed to sneak onto the premises, and a missing ninja nanny. There's definitely some kind of secret route. Some sort of secret passage somewhere in this estate. Mark my words. Because when we go to move... Oh. Barbed head. First you make me wait, and now you're simply going to leave. Guess I should stay put for a while. Well, my point was, when I go to move, there's one space left open. Now, honestly, that's probably gonna be Dirk's office, where we can get that journal. And maybe that photo of Dirk and his 2 sons from the wall, maybe. And maybe have another chat with Dats. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be room for some secret passage, so... Heck, who knows? Maybe there's a secret passage in this room. Actually, now that I look, hold on. Oh no, that's the paneling on the side of the bed. I thought that was like some sort of rope or something underneath, but no, it's just the paneling on the side, the wood. Oh well. Yeah, no, we'll pick this back up next time. So, I'm Zephyr the Jester. There's been more Spirit of Justice. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.